You know what's funny? Everybody talks about where to purchase an Airbnb or a short-term rental, but it's much more rare that we talk about what type of Airbnb or short-term rental to purchase. And in a city like Seattle, the opportunities go way beyond just a cute downtown condo. If you really want to stand out in a saturated market or protect your profits when demand is going down, you need to think about your short-term rental niche. What is that genre of your short-term rental? So today we're digging into Seattle's hidden short-term rental markets, the hyper-specific guest experience that no one's talking about, but every smart investor should be paying attention to. But before we dive into what kind of guests do you think are booking Airbnbs the most in Seattle right now? Put that in the comments below before we get into it. You might be surprised by what the data actually shows you. Hey everyone, my name's Brennen Clouse. I'm your favorite Seattle area realtor. Today we're digging into the opportunities of niche in short-term rentals and what you need to know about the niches that exist in Seattle's market as a short-term rental investor. Let's get into it. Here's why niches win in Seattle and in short-term rentals, especially in the colder season. Winter is the perfect example. The summer rush is over, the kids are back in school, and bookings naturally start to dip, especially in a cold and wet place like Seattle. But here's what the top hosts really know. When you focus on specific types of guests rather than generic tourists, you can stay booked all year round. Think about it. Travel trends have evolved. It's not just families on vacation anymore, and you've got digital nomads, pet parents, wellness seekers, eco-conscious travelers, all with unique needs and unique budgets. A well-positioned STR in a niche can easily outperform generic listings, even if you have fewer bookings, because you're solving a specific problem for a guest. You're not just an overnight stay anymore. You are the problem solver. If you've noticed your occupancy dropping this winter, drop a comment below and let me know, why do you think it's dropping and what guests do you wish you could attract more of? Put that in the comments right now. The first type of niche is the pet-friendly powerhouse. This is one of Seattle's most underrated guest segments, pet owners. We all know someone in Seattle with a dog, and it makes sense that people who are traveling with animals might want to come to Seattle. Seattle consistently ranks as one of the most dog-friendly cities in the US, but if you scroll through Airbnb, you'll find a ton of listings that don't allow pets. Translation, that is an instant opportunity for you. Pet-friendly listings not only fill faster, but they also see higher repeat bookings. Travelers will bookmark you if they find a place where they don't have to leave their pooch friend behind. And that's a real benefit to them. It doesn't have to be complicated. You might need to fence in your yard. Maybe you could have a washable rug, a dog bed, and then you're really set for the races. You could find loyal guests and other investors are ignoring. So it's a great opportunity. Make sure your listing photos show some of the pet perks that you might have. Don't just write pet friendly in the description, but go the extra mile and actually show the space where the dog can hang out. Do you have a dog house? Definitely get a photo of that. I can speak from personal experience. I used to be really nervous about having pets in the home. Now, obviously we have measures in place to have insurance for the stay and recoup any costs of anything that's broken. We also ask questions up front about the pet to screen a little bit, but I can say, as someone who converted to allowing pets in my Airbnbs over the past 2 years, I really have not seen a ton of damage from doing that. And I have seen more bookings and more repeat guests, which is amazing. Next up, we have wellness retreats in the city. Yes, even in the city. This is a niche that's exploded in the past 2 years. If you look anywhere on Airbnb forums about what's working well, is the wellness focused stays. Even people in urban centers are looking for calm, especially in a place that's fast paced and tech heavy like Seattle. Here's what you need to think about: minimalist interiors, blackout curtains, maybe yoga mats, a calming tea, or aromatherapy. You can even partner with a local yoga studio if you wanted to either recommend them or maybe a spa down the street that you recommend. And maybe you ask them for discounts for your guests. And if you really want to stand out, highlight how your space helps guests disconnect. Fast Wi-Fi is definitely great and it's always necessary, but there could be an option for a digital detox. In fall and winter, this niche can become even more powerful when people are resetting for the new year. While other hosts fight for the weekend vacationers, you could actually be attracting those guests who are looking for cozy solitude in the city. You've seen it before. It's the saunas, the cold plunges, even just a yoga mat. These are all amenities that are attracting more and more guests to Airbnb. Airbnbs as we speak. Next up, we have the remote work sanctuary. Seattle is very techy. It's a tech city, and it means remote workers are definitely a secret weapon for hosts. These guests, they can stay longer, they'll book during the week, not the high season of the week, and they often do come back if they like the space. But most listings just scatter tourist style stays, and this is a place where you can differentiate. Here's a couple upgrades that could really help you get into it. Create a dedicated, well-lit workspace. Invest in an ergonomic chair. You'll thank me later if you have this for that stay-at-home worker. And then obviously ensure that you have fast and reliable Wi-Fi. You need to test your Wi-Fi router speed and put that in your listing description. Make sure people know about it. I use Eero in my Airbnbs, and it allows you to run a test remotely. You can just screenshot the results so people know. And then create a quiet environment with a bonus if you're outside of the noisy downtown core, because this niche performs incredibly well from September through March. When that leisure travel drops off in Seattle, you could have these remote workers booking your short-term rental and keeping it alive, even booking extended stays and coming back multiple different times. It's one of the most recession-proof strategies in short-term rental investing right now. So look into that, the remote work sanctuary. Last but not least, we have very local experience-based stays. This is hyper-local and based on experience. Guests don't just want a place to sleep anymore. They want to be able to tell a story about their vacation and what they did. They want to understand the local culture and experience. So that could mean things like maybe you do a Capitol Hill apartment stocked with local coffee and craft beer from a local brewery. Or maybe in West Seattle, you have a cottage with bikes for beach rides down to Alki Beach. Or in Fremont, maybe you have a micro studio designed with recycled materials from local artists. That could be a really cool thing to really emphasize to the guest and make them want to stay there. Beyond this, you could partner with other businesses in the area. Like in Capitol Hill, you could partner with a flower shop to offer a discount to your guests to come make a flower bouquet that they could take home with them. These are different experiences that allow Airbnb guests to not only stay in your home, but experience part of the local culture, which is what they want. These listings do especially well when tourism slows down because they appeal to that local getaway style. It might even be someone who lives just outside the city who wants to come in for the weekend or during the week. If you can make your stay really reflect Seattle's creative culture, you can attract both those tourists as well as the locals in the entire year. So whether it's pet parents, wellness travelers, or work from anywhere digital nomads, the biggest takeaway is this: specificity sells. In a city like Seattle, with its unique attributes, standing out doesn't mean being the fanciest or having the nicest furniture. It means knowing exactly who your guest is and designing around their needs. If you've experimented with a niche short-term rental, or you're thinking about pivoting yours this winter or into 2026, drop a comment and tell me what you're leaning towards. I'd love to hear what you think is working now or what you might pivot to. If you're planning to invest in a short-term rental or any sort of investment in Seattle, we offer a free home buying consultation to talk you through the investment and what your goals are. We typically do it over Zoom. You can text or email us to set that up, and we'd be more than happy to meet with you over Zoom and talk through your real estate goals. We help investors all the time find the perfect fit for their niche short-term rental or for any type of investment they're looking for. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you found this helpful, and if you know someone who's an Airbnb host, make sure you like this video and then send it to them. Ask them about their niche and what they think is working right now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.